For a long time now, ARPG fans have been looking for a game that does two things. One, respect the classics with deep tactical combat, and two, actually push the genre forward. We've wanted insane build variety without endless mandatory grind. We've wanted a world that feels new, but also kind of familiar. We've been asking for an alternative that isn't just another screen-blasting loot explosion, but something with a bit more meat on its bones. But what if the answer wasn't some brand new IP? Titan Quest II is finally here, stepping out from the shadow of its 2006 cult classic origins. And man, is it carrying some heavy expectations. Is this the Diablo killer we've been waiting for? Let's get into it. Hang on. Let's wait for your...
You didn't give me the heads up, so
Hey!
I was delayed.
First off, let's be clear about what Titan Quest II is and what it isn't. This isn't a game trying to be better than Diablo. It's not built around a live service model that's meant to become your second job. Instead, it is thoughtfully paced, single-player focused adventure through Greek mythology that feels like a throwback to a different era of game design. The developers, Grimlore Games, are betting that players are hungry for something with a slower, more tactical, and meatier feel than the competition. You're just not blowing up screens full of demons, you're dodging telegraphed attacks from a Hydra, repositioning to break up a group of coordinated monsters, and making every single sword swing feel like it matters. The whole thing is wrapped in a stunning, sun-drenched Greek world that feels handcrafted and packed with secrets. The visuals are crisp with vibrant colors, great lighting and weather effects that give it a modern polish while staying true to the original style. It's a game that actually wants to explore its nooks and crannies, rewarding your curiosity in a way a lot of modern, procedurally generated worlds have forgotten how to do. A classic ARPG experience built on tactical combat and almost limitless character customization. The philosophy here isn't about speed, it's about depth. And after spending this first week with its early access build, it's clear that this philosophy is both its biggest strength and its biggest challenge. The stuff it nails. So the combat feels great, but an ARPG is nothing without its build variety and loot. And this is where the conversation gets really exciting. A lot of the players feel like the current market leader has become too simplified, with skill trees and items that basically funnel you into a handful of correct builds. Titan Quest II looks at that problem and tackles it head on with an absolute crown jewel of a system. It all starts with the triumphant return of the dual mastery system. Instead of picking one rigid class, you pick two masteries, like the currently available melee, earth, lightning, or thief, and smash them together to create your own unique class.
This is the one that I've used.
Want to be a lightning fast warrior? Mix melee and lightning? How about a poison throwing shadow caster?
But what, is this
It's
the one I
a
want to
theory
be using?
crafter's dream. But the best part is how easy it is to mess around with it. You're not locked into a bad choice you made 20 hours ago. Then you can customize each skill with rune-based modifiers that completely change how they work, like turning a basic cleave into a whirlwind or a single projectile into a shotgun blast. This just opens up the floodgates for
Wait,
creativity.
I changed all my stats.
It
Why
feels
is it
liberating, and it's a direct answer to the genre's cookie-cutter build problem.
Wait, what?
The combat itself is a fantastic response to the click and watch things melt loop. It's a meaty and responsive system with an engaging loop for dodges, interrupts, and active potion management. Enemies don't just blindly run at you, they work together. You'll see fishmen banging their shields to buff other monsters, forcing you to actually think about who to kill first. Bosses are well designed and challenging, with unique attack patterns that reward recognizing patterns and good positioning over just having massive stats. It's not about your DPS, it's about your ability to read the fight. Exploring is just as rewarding. But this leads to the classic double-edged sword, the loot. There is a ton of it, and your gear updates visually very frequently, which is great. The flip side, many players have noted that loot often drops from containers rather than enemies, and monsters don't drop the gear they're visually wearing, which can break immersion. On top of that, Inventory management can be a real pain and you'll be making a lot of trips back to town. It's an old ARPG problem, but it feels especially noticeable here. But for all the great ideas, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. This is an early access title and it feels like one. The single biggest issue right now is content. Current build is just the prologue and chapter 1, which will take you about 8 to 15 hours to clear. Once you're done, the only real option is to roll a new character and do it again, which is fun, thanks to the mastery system, but it's a short loop with no endgame. This brings us to the price. For about 35 AUD, most of the community agrees it's good value, feeling like more of a large, polished demo, but you're paying less now because you're betting on the game's future. The developers are promising major updates, but you're buying a foundation, not a finished house. And a lot of the key features are just not here yet. As of right now, there's no co-op multiplayer outside of a test branch, no crafting, no item enchanting, and no rune or socket system for upgrading gear like in the original. Fan favorite pet builds are also missing, as are more masteries to flesh out the build diversity. Some players have noted technical issues and find some of the winding mountainous map designs a bit tedious to navigate. And while the story is straightforward and enjoyable, with a surprisingly engaging final act for the current content, don't go expecting a gripping epic narrative just yet. So back to the big question. Is Titan Quest II the Diablo killer we needed? Well, it's complicated, because it's not trying to kill Diablo with scale or polish, it's trying to do it with philosophy. If you're a player who feels like ARPGs have become too fast, too simple, and too focused on being a live service treadmill, then yes, this game's strong core and high potential make it the hero we've been waiting for. It's a breath of fresh Mediterranean air for the player who loves to tinker with builds for hours, or for the veteran who misses when combat was more than just a math problem. Titan Quest II isn't just a competitor, it's a validation that people still want this kind of game. However, if you're a player who wants a complete, polished, content-stuffed game right now, this isn't it. The limited content and missing features are a big deal. If you hate the idea of early access bugs and no endgame, you should absolutely wait. It's not a Diablo killer in terms of market share or sheer amount of content. Not yet anyway. Ultimately, Titan Quest II's success won't be about dethroning the king, but about carving out its own kingdom. It is a fantastic foundation and a promise of a different kind of ARPG with systems the genre desperately needs. It might not be the Diablo killer for everyone, but for a very specific and I think very hungry part of the community, it is absolutely the hero we needed.
I like everything about this more than Diablo, actually. The more I play it, the more I'm like, oh my god, I want to play this all day, every day. Like, and have no life but this game.
But that's just my take. What do you think? Is this slower, more tactical direction what the genre needs? Are you hoping for pet builds and in-game maps? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, a like and subscribe would be legendary. Thanks for watching.
In the
hey.
I feel.
Where are you at?
Sorry, I was in the middle of a battle.